man.
Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and you're joining us for the best morning show on YouTube, ECOM and beyond. With me, as always, I have Nate. Every day I'm hustling, my trusty co-host.
What up?
Who's constantly got vape flowing from that long flowing beard.
You know it.
Today we have a special guest with us. We have Sonny, whose YouTube channel is LasVegas Thrifts. So I'm really excited to have him on and to be able to share him with you guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Sonny already, but for those of you that don't know Sonny already, Sonny, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah. I'm a part-time reseller. I do have a full-time job, but I'm always thinking about like finding ways of making money, but not so much of one-offs, more of like how can I continue to do something and make more money. And when it comes to money, in the beginning, I used to want to make a lot of it like everybody does. But then you start to realize you have to spend wisely and try to find ways of holding on to more of it than what you're spending. So YouTube has really helped me on doing that, as well as my wife, signing less permission slips of letting me let go of some of the money that I make. So I'm in a tight squeeze in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that doesn't hurt, especially like early on. I know for me, like I made a bunch of not great buys earlier on to reselling, and it got to the point where my wife would be like, "Okay, you're not buying any more of said item," you know what I mean? And for me, it's like I just kept buying them because I know there's value in it. It's just like I'm not getting the value I need to get out of the products. Either that or I'm just like basically pushing them to the bottom of my death pile all the time because I don't feel like dealing with them. So my wife's gotten to the point where like if she sees me like talking to somebody about a certain item, she'll step in and be like, "Yeah, you're not getting that." Like I went overboard like several months ago, like maybe a year and a half ago, buying up people's like card collections, and basically I just hadn't done anything with them. Maybe now that I'm like actually starting to get into the cards a little bit more, I'll actually start going through some of those old collections.
Yeah, I've been seeing you share more of your card videos, and it reminded me of the cards I let go from back in the 90s when I started collecting them, which was pretty cool back then in like the late 80s, early 90s, how you could easily get cards and how kids weren't paying taxes. And I clearly remember buying penny candies at one time, and then having these 25-cent grab bag chips for 25 cents. And then one day they just said, "Hey, it's 27 cents. And you're like, "Where did the change come from?" They tell you taxes. You know, you're like 9, 10 years old paying taxes on stuff and have no clue what it is, but you need those 2 extra pennies to get what you want. And with baseball cards, I remember stealing money from my dad's pocket while he was out sleeping in bed and running to the store trying to buy cards, because if you didn't have the money, you didn't have evidence. But I didn't realize the evidence was the card.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got my butt whooped several times growing up.
Like, where did you get 5,000 baseball cards at? I don't know. I just found them. I found 10 every time. I don't know what happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah. True story, though.
Say hi to a few people in chat. Johnny Cajun Roost Reseller. He gets that broski point today, Nate. Got Hip Flippin' Mama in the house. Good to see you, Kelly. Simply Dana. Good to see you, Dana. Good morning to Steven Scroggins. Going on to Ray Sandollar. Good to see you, man. Pennsylvania Reseller. What's going on?
Mike at Flipping Goodies. Hello, amigo.
Yeah. Junkin' Data Girl. Good to see you. Uncle B's Old School Flips. Both him and Frank, Stroke of Luck, are both in the chat. If you guys haven't seen them, make sure you check them out. They do a 1 p.m. Eastern show. So make sure you check them out. It's every day, Monday through Friday. Really good content. You guys will enjoy them.
For sure.
DC Sells, the master of the license plate, with us. We got No Money G in the house. What's up, Greg?
What up, G?
Got Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, the masteress of the roundhouse kick. Lisa C, what's going on? She's about to lurk and work. Never Ending Saga, good to see you. If I missed anybody, feel free to say hello. Hey, what's up, Moronic Pest? Good to see you.
Hopefully, YouTube's getting better at these notifications.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even think I got a notification.
Dude, they've been booty with notifications lately. Bargain Effect in the house. What's up, Tommy?
Oh, I got one.
Closet, good to see you. Yeah, the notifications have been terrible lately, man.
It's everyone across the board, too.
Yeah. What's up, Reseller Man? Good to see you.
That's the one positive thing about having a set time show. So everyone should know that, okay, we're either on Nate's channel or Anthony's channel.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a positive.
Yeah, when it comes to trying to go on live and seeing other people live, I usually use Instagram, and as if y'all both have seen it, I will screen record on my iPhone and then share it. But I also take the time to tag you all, and I don't know how it goes on your end if it's just for you and how it's shared. But I figured it's another way to promote, freely with advertisement in a way for other people to go your way. And it doesn't matter, ladies and folks out there, like if you're trying to help people and you can't afford like to buy something, if they have something on eBay or their own clothing brand, it's easy to take a photo, share it. You love these guys already, so it's not hard. But that kind of support really goes a long way to help go not only their own or our own, but yours as well. Because in this community, what I like about it on YouTube for our resellers more than anything, because that's what more I'm a part of, is that we are always there, jumping online, sharing support, greeting each other, saying hi and hello. I say more hellos on YouTube than I do in person to family and friends. And it's a good thing because majority of the people in this live chat, you could say, hey, I know what's going on with them, and it's pretty good. It's a really good feeling. It's a homey feeling.
Yeah, I completely agree. Hey, what's up, Perliti? Good to see you.
Uncle B said no notifications equals sitting and staring at YouTube all day.
Yeah.
And refresh.
Yeah, that's like what I was talking to you before the show, Sonny. Like Instagram is a great way to just, get the word out about your channel and different things like that. I started doing it a little bit, but I need to be, definitely grow my following more because I really haven't, done a lot, but anything helps. I mean, just getting, like we talk about, cross posting, sharing on all the different platforms is another way just to promote your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. What got you into wanting to be a reseller, Sonny?
What was that?
What made you want to get into reselling?
My wife, well, it wasn't so much of my wife per se, but when we moved over here from Hawaii, first I got in the military in 99, and I traveled all over, and one of my longest duty stations was out in Schofield Barracks, Oahu, Hawaii. And when I got there, I was there from 06 to 2011. I got out. I went to community college, and I went from getting paid in the military $3,400 every 2 weeks. I was making really good money, but when I got out, it's not so much of a negative nepotism out in Hawaii. It's family oriented. You take care of your own. But you're also polite and respectful to others. And when I got there, I couldn't get jobs like I wanted to. I used to work in communications, ranging from setting up radios, walkie-talkies, cell phone towers, satellite towers, from working in a range, running a range, to running urinalysis, drug tests, anything you could imagine. A company needing a PowerPoint slide on and somebody talk for it, I would do it, from DUIs to everything. And when I got out the military, a lot of people were saying that I would apply to, they said, hey, you don't have a degree, and also you're overqualified. So I ended up having to lie and literally just grabbed my resume, walked inside a company that wasn't even built yet, saw the advertisement online, and it was a pizza company. So I went from making $3,400 to lying to getting this job and getting paid maybe $11 an hour at the time. So I was probably only making $400 every 2 weeks. So when I got out, I ended up going into college, and even after college, and it's just me and my wife. She was a full-time college for a nurse. And when I got here, towards the story and question what you're asking is like what got me into it. Financially stressed is what got me into it, and my wife telling me about her coworkers how they were into reselling. I had no idea what reselling was. I had no idea what thrifting was. She's telling me this. Bless you. She's telling me this. There was a Goodwill right across the street, and we walked in. Ended up buying a little Rust Strobe for 69 cents, turned into $20, which ended up buying some Estee Lauder trinkets, and the first one flipped for $300 to $400, and I still had several more of them. So it's just been a continuous thing trying to get out of the feeling of being financially stressed, because when you're financially stressed, it falls over into your relationship, and then now you have two stressors that those are the worst, financial and relationship wise. And I'm glad to be out of that. And it took a while, but I'm glad I stuck with it, and I'm still sticking with it. Your relationship.
Sure. What inspired you to get started with YouTube?
YouTube goes back to Hawaii as well. I would see people do it. Well, my wife would run YouTube all the time, and you would hear some things. And you're like, "What's that?" You know. And I was so focused on paying bills and school. And the funny thing about school, I didn't go to school to get an education. I went to just pass enough to get paid for the military, because they had my college covered. But when I would see my wife do it, I encouraged her to do it, and then I said I'll do it myself. And it was a funny experience in like the first year trying to get over. You have these huge cojones that when you're recording yourself walking around in front of people, and when they get close enough, you're kind of like,
yeah.
You're turning around, you get all shy. And after a while, you start to realize, and I try to tell people in videos too, like, look how far you've come. What is there to be afraid of? Morally, don't just do something ignorant, to hurt somebody else or yourself. But it's one of those things like you reflect on yourself and start to realize like, hey, I could do this. And the point of YouTube was, sure, grow your channel. But at the same time, my brother out in Texas, Sylvester, I have two brothers and a little sister. I'm the oldest. And my little brother would say, hey, I want to see Hawaii. And I said, well, I'll fly you out here. I'll save. And he's like, no. Can you record it and share it somehow? So that's how I originally started, was my little brother. And then it ended up being off and on YouTube, because I wasn't looking at a payday. I was looking at sharing what I see with my brother Sly.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
What platforms do you sell on, Sonny?
eBay. I just started on Mercari. I got 2 sales off of there. My first sale was amazing because it happened within like 6 hours.
Nice.
But then it also, like 3 days later, when the customer got the item, they immediately asked for a return. So that was a fail. And then it took forever to get it back. I didn't realize on Mercari that, which is good, you have a time limit to send the item back, because if not, they just fund you the money. And this person waited till the very last second to send it back. And then once it took a while to get back, you accept the refund or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I was so tempted to give up on it. And I was like, why would I give up? All I did was just change some things on there and was more clear on the description, like on eBay. It's kind of the same thing to me. It's just a different weighting system with payments coming to and from.
Right.
I've sold some things on OfferUp, and it's mostly been tools. Here in Las Vegas, like probably any other place, you always have people, yard workers. And when you could come across some big, heavy items and you don't want to ship it because that discourages people, I just listed on OfferUp, and usually they sell pretty fast and nobody complains about the price. They'll pay you what you want. Tools are,
Since I'm good.
I was going to ask it, are you seeing in your area a lot more people doing OfferUp now that sourcing is pretty much dried up? Or are you noticing that there's a lot of people not wanting to kind of come out and meet other people due to the social distancing aspect of the virus?
I would say 50-50 with people coming outside. From my neighborhood, which is funny, I've been here just a little over a year, and when all this happened, I would say it really hit like 2 weeks ago. It's been out a lot longer with the virus, but I see families riding around on their bikes, and they're their own family. So to me, that's fine. You know, there's nobody else riding along with them, some strangers, and they're not communicating with anybody else but with their family. So I'll say that's pretty safe. But as in OfferUp and Facebook, I've noticed the past 3 days a big difference. A lot more people have better prices. A lot more people are actually letting go of bulk items and not too much of like this one off for say 50. Now they're really letting go of items. And that's what I'm looking at, and not so much in a hurry of buying something that isn't going to bring me a big profit. I'm trying to look for a big ticket item, um, or items in bulk to where I could get much more. So I'm trying to see if for somebody that's slipping on what they have, and that's kind of what we mentioned earlier. Some people don't know what they have, or they don't care about when it comes to garage sales as well.
I heard that Let Go bought
No,
or no,
OfferUp bought Let Go.
OfferUp bought Let Go, and doesn't Goodwill own Let Go? Did they buy them before?
I didn't know that if that's the case.
I thought they bought. I thought Goodwill owned one of those platforms.
Like I don't know.
Or OfferUp. I think it was OfferUp.
Oh yeah. Well, good for them.
I'm pretty sure. So that means that they're really trying to grab up a piece of the market, especially now with all the, stuff that's going on. I mean, a lot of people have stuff they're trying to get rid of, so I think they're trying to hit more of the masses to get eyes on their product and help others move product as well. So that should be interesting to see how that moves out.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything about any company is to monopolize, and especially in different genres. Like if you think about how Facebook started, it wasn't just Facebook. They saw Instagram doing something and they had the funding for it, they paid for it. And then even with before uh, Vine, I think came out, they had two programs kind of like that, applications. One was Lemur, can't remember the other one, but it was live streaming. And as soon as Facebook picked it up on their Instagram, which is what they own now, they ended up implementing that in their platforms. And then you no longer see, other people trying to compete with them other than TikTok. But I'm not even sure if TikTok is even owned by TikTok anymore. And I know it was like I think owned by China, and it was one of the biggest news things that I seen because I was big on TikTok, following people around there. And it comes from China, and they're saying they don't have no way of generating how they're running it. What are they getting from people who are using it here in the States for safety purposes? But when it comes to applications and any jobs, I would buy whatever I could up soon. That way, you just eliminate the competition by paying them off.
Yeah, makes sense.
Trying to find that article.
Tracy and Frank are both saying they're definitely in a partnership. They're not entirely sure about the ownership, but yeah, I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really trying to get a nice chunk of the used market.
Yeah,
I mean, they already had a nice chunk. I think they do pretty well on their auction site. And then then they have thrift stores, and now they're dipping into the different platforms that might not be on the A list of platforms you go to or the average person might go to, but still very it's one of those up and comings that could just need a little push to get up there really well. I mean, OfferUp is probably like A or B, but Let Go was always kind of a lower laying one. But
yeah, OfferUp's always been way better in our area.
Yeah,
I still use them both. Like if I'm going to list in one or the other, I'll list in both normally, and I'll list the Facebook. But yeah, I tend to find that OfferUp is way less reliable in this area. Or I mean, Let Go, excuse me.
Yeah,
same here.
Goodwill Live auctions here in Dallas are real good to buy mass amounts for cheap.
That's awesome. I wish that they do live auctions in our area.
It's
like
the
Goodwill, shopgoodwill.com.
it's like so hard to find auctions in our area. There's
Dude,
like
we need to just start an auction house, man. You down?
Monotonous keyword today.
I'm sure we would need some good funding for that.
Well, it's a good thing you're balling on Amazon then, man.
I mean, I'm not balling by any stretch of the imagination, pocket wise, but
It's a balling.
When it comes to funding, though, Nate, first thing that came to mind when you said it is that when you're doing auctions, it doesn't always have to be your own stuff. You could always get a percentage like everybody else off of other people's things.
So, well, no, yeah, I definitely understand that. But I mean, just like there goes a good bit of advertising and just pushing the word out to make sure that, you know, your first auction, you don't have 5 people and everyone's winning bids for $1 or $2. You know what I mean?
There's definitely a progress to it. Yeah,
you got to really, you know, pump it so it can really, you know, be worth. You know, the first couple, you know. Of course, it's not going to be super great at the beginning, but you want to have a big enough start to where it's, you know, the people that are going to be putting items in, say you came over and brought a truckload worth of stuff. And then I'm like, okay, these should go for this, hopefully, you know, then 5 people show up and it's like, the guy's like, I just lost like all my money. Like, what are you doing? So like, that would be bad, like really bad. So, I mean, like if we could get if we would do some type of like, you know, advertising, getting the word out, seeing people what they would come, like maybe even do like a big garage sale just to see the people come from just like some of the ads and stuff and see like our push.
If you have something like that, people will come, man. Like I've seen it just by doing garage sales and stuff like that. I just put out a little ad of what I have and I make sure I put resellers welcome on there. And like literally, dude, like people will come out of the woodworks. California reseller says, I'd love to do that with us. So there you go. You already got somebody that wants to come be a part of it, Nate.
Yeah, we just gotta get the people. I mean, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we should do pretty well.
They will come.
Yeah.
Especially after this quarantine, everybody's gonna be excited to get out there and spend some money.
Yeah, who was up there?
Either that or they want to get rid of stuff because they need money. So I mean, with the auction, it goes both ways. Which, you know, a lot of times that's the best formula. You know what I mean? You got people like as Grimes said up above. He said that collectibles will be coming out, you know, the woodwork basically, and he's going to stockpile. Like that's exactly what type of stuff, you know, we would see more of. You know, like the really hard to find valuable stuff that people just need to dump because they need money. They lost, you know, X amount in their business or, you know, whatever. Like a lot of businesses shut down. So, you know, people are going to be needing money to get things rolling again. They want to get back to where they were. You know, they want to have, you know, X amount of employees running. So, you know, it could be really well for a lot of people. And also people lost their jobs. So they need money to pay their bills and eat and buy TP and, you know, all that fun stuff.
For sure. I don't know if you guys saw, but Tracy had put in the chat there. He said our Goodwill closed Saturday at 5 till 17th. Stuff is already stacked by the doors and the gates. Wonder if it's legal to pick from the drop-offs. I would lean towards no, but I mean that'd be awesome if it was, because like literally I'd go empty my van right now and just drive by all the Goodwills and, you know, pick through stuff if it was legal. But I don't know. I mean, from what I've heard, it's considered to be on their property, so it's probably not legal, but it's also kind of a public place too, and it's outside. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen several like drop boxes, not necessarily Goodwills, but like by our Giant Eagle out here, they have a big drop box where you can drop off stuff, and the box was completely full, and like literally they had a parking spot on each side of the box, like filled with stuff. And like every time I drive by, I'm always like, dang, like look at all that stuff. It's gonna get rained on, get ruined. Like
if it's a drop box that's not on their property, where, you know, say it's in a Walmart parking lot or something, you know, that is something they don't even own at all. So I mean, technically you could do it there, but if it's on their property, you know, against their building or whatever, then that's on their property or whatever. But I guess it's all location, but I wouldn't really recommend anybody doing that.
Yeah.
The people that are donating to help them, even though their CEO is making millions and millions of dollars just you know, by receiving donations and doing what they're doing. But they do some good for the communities and stuff. So, but also a lot of stuff is getting ruined too. So it's like, you know, they're telling people not to donate anymore. So I'm about to put an ad out and say, hey, send it over here.
Yeah, for real. I thought about that, man. Like, because there's a lot of people who just want to get rid of crap and they can't.
Yeah, everyone's home, you know, clean basements and you know, getting rid of stuff, and they just don't want to see it anymore because they're probably tired of looking at it. Got my coupon from Mercari.
Nice.
$20.
Did they tell you about it?
Huh?
They're notorious with alerts, Mercari.
Yeah, that's the one downfall of Mercari. My opinion is too many notifications. Someone likes this, I get a notification. They keep telling me to promote stuff, and I'm out of promotions. Like, you know, I mean, like, I can't really do it. I don't know, but yeah, they need to. There needs to be like a chill out button on the notifications of Mercari.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I got my $20 too.
All then.
Yep. That means the doorbell is going to be ordered soon.
I listed like 100 some items. I'm hoping to hit that jackpot.
How long is the coupon? How long is the coupon good for? Did it say? I need to check.
I mean, you're gonna know as much as me.
Here,
4/7. What?
Yeah,
it's like a week.
Oh,
yeah, that didn't work.
I guess you're not gonna be able to see it. But yeah.
Level 4. Wow. I'm at level 1. I'm a noob. What's up?
I did VENDOO with my with mine, so it wasn't too hard.
I want to list more on Mercari. I kind of just don't like the waiting game on there. You know?
Yeah. I understand that completely.
The way I look at it is, you know, I look at this two ways. If I had it just on eBay, it might be still sitting on eBay for longer than that wait period.
Yeah.
But also, too, like eBay is going to start getting into the managed payments, so you're going to have to get used to waiting anyway. So,
yeah,
you know, you might as well move some stuff early. The fees are cheaper. That's what I like. That's what I like a lot. The fees are cheaper, and like on some of the items, like some big bulky items, that price isn't too bad on shipping.
Yeah.
Like I had a Atari system, and it's a huge like it's like a game hold, like it holds games, like it's an old school one where it had like a big thing that flips up and it holds like 30 or so or 20 games or whatever. Like it's like made for it. And I had it in a huge lot, and shipping was going to be like $12 for the customer anywhere, you know, in the United States. So if someone's in California, I'm sending a 14 by 14 by 12 box California for $12. That's a steal.
Yeah, definitely.
I was just reading that right there.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, it's one thing.
Yep, that's why I'm doing the Ring doorbell, because it's like expensive enough to be able to redeem it. But I love that they do that. You know what I mean? Like, because other platforms aren't really like rewarding you for putting stuff up on. Like, I mean, eBay's giving you the 50 free listings, you know, and all that, but you know, for them to actually give you cash off of, you know, your order is great.
Yeah, exactly.
They're also not taking fees on certain categories right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome to, you know, for them to do that, because it's only going to help bring sellers, buyers, you know, everybody over. They're hoping that the zero fee thing for the certain category is us just like really pushing, you know, lowering our prices a little more, making the same, type of deal.
Yep. Hey, Lauren, deep end of the sandbox. Good to see you. Occasion Reseller, what is up? Yeah, Uncle B says 33 watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, please do. That helps Nate and I get out there in the search and could help the show grow. So if you guys wouldn't mind taking a minute and just hitting that button, it would definitely help us out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And
while you're clicking things, there's a link to Sonny's channel. Make sure you go and smash that subscribe button for him. Definitely want to make sure you follow him because he puts out some pretty cool content.
You definitely want to click the all notifications, even though YouTube's only sending out about 50 to 25% of them. So you definitely want all of the notifications.
And contrary to what you might have heard, Sonny is Mr. Burns approved.
When I seen your thumbnail, I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah. And Mr. Burns has kind of like become a meme for us.
Yeah, really have some inside like jokes, you know, that y'all run with often. And
yeah,
I don't want to ask because I want to figure it out. You know, I like the mystery part of it.
You can ask. We'll answer.
Nah, I like it. You know,
I'd rather people know what we're talking about than like, what in the world does that mean? So
they'll find out on your next live.
Speaking of which, Reseller Man wants that Mr. Burns update, Nate.
I told Mr. Burns for 5 minutes Sunday because he normally is not supposed to come in, and it's a little more laid back type of dude. They were, I don't know why you always pull that picture up.
Because this is the Mr. Burns update. This is your interaction with Mr. Burns.
Oh my goodness,
Nate, that looks like you.
It looks like me in the face.
You gotta get that bow tie though.
I'm not a bow tie.
Right there.
But
every day he was
only in for a couple minutes. So they had a meeting with people that were going to another one of our facilities that are actually going to drive all the way out to Philadelphia to work, which makes no sense to me. They offered me to go do that, and I'm like, no. Even though I get away from Mr. Burns, not going over there. I'm not driving 3 hours back and forth like one way. It might even be longer than that. It might be like 4 hours. I'd be driving for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
Like, unless they're gonna put us up in like a room, but then I couldn't do my business, so I was like, "There's no way." You know, I'd be away from the family, the whole 9 yards. I was like, "I can't do that. There's no way." But yeah, I really didn't get to talk to him much or see him much, which is a good thing. So today is usually the best day to hear some Mr. Burns stories. So stay tuned till tomorrow on my channel.
Yeah, Mr. Burns is gonna be on and popping tomorrow. Speaking of on and popping. Boom, look who just popped in the chat.
Mustache.
And the myth, the mustache, Larry Lafferty, a.k.a. LL Stash. What's going on, Larry? He says he's going to be on with Jenny and Victoria today at 5. So over there, you can see an interview from the best stash in the biz.
I'll have to try and sneak away and watch some of it.
Just tell Mr. Burns, like, look at this guy's mustache. Like, of course I'm going to stop working for a minute and pause. He's
wonder. He's gone by 5, but it's just the amount of work that I'm actually doing during that period. So,
yeah.
Well, actually, it might be really laid back today because I don't think the pickers are in today. I think I'm just kind of by myself, like halfway through the day, if I remember right. So this will be fun. I'll be all by myself.
Sounds kind of Doo-Doo Brown to me.
That's actually kind of cool because I just kind of
eyes too.
I'll be able to have a better shot at going on YouTube. So I'll make $22 an hour on YouTube.
Get her done.
Be like me getting monetized. How about that?
That's awesome, Lauren. Lauren says that she started Mercari last week. 10 listings, 4 sales already. Yeah, Mercari is great for certain categories. I told Nate the other day, I was like, if God forbid something would happen to my eBay account and everything like that, I think I'd be comfortable with Mercari being like a primary, just because of like the stuff I enjoy selling does really good on Mercari.
Lauren says, but I don't really like it. I have some complaints. What's wrong with it? I actually like.
I'd be curious to know like the things you don't like about it, because I'm sure there are probably things that a lot of other people don't like about it too.
They don't have all the company brands in there yet. They don't have. I'm trying to think what else. I don't like all the notifications. It just drives me crazy. But I mean, if it's going to help me push some good stuff, you know. But Frank asked,
What sells
on Mercari? Toys, video
Toys
games,
yeah,
collectibles, anything the younger generations will like. Think college students.
Yep.
That's the way I look at it. But it could be even a little older than that. But
the way I look at it, as far as inventory goes, Mercari's more geared towards a 30 and under, whereas eBay's more geared towards a 30 and up kind of demos. Like eBay is much larger, so it's going to get a little bit of both. But Mercari is definitely more geared towards like the millennials and younger generation. So like anything that any of them would find interesting normally sells pretty well on Mercari.
Lawrence says, okay, homeschooling, give me a minute for a list of complaints. Yeah, Simple Dan's right. They need to be able to put multiple lists, like multiple quantities. That's for sure. Completely. Like, because I'm cross posting, so being able to cross post and put like 5 of one item that I sold one of already, like, and having to drag it back and slap it in, like, it's a pain in the butt. But
yeah, James's Closet said that they had no luck on Mercari. Oh, but they were selling clothes. Yeah, clothing doesn't do super well on Mercari. I cross post it just because I'm doing a cross posting to Poshmark with clothing anyway, and it doesn't count as an extra posting for me to send it to Mercari too. So I will put some clothes. I will put whatever I put on Posh, I'll put on to Mercari too. But I've had a few sell, but clothing is much slower on Mercari.
Yeah, out of my 2 sales, the one thing one was a clothing item. Well, actually, it might have been 3 sales now. I had 3 sales, and one was a clothing item. It was Under Armour, like a workout jacket, and it was new with tags. I got from Ross for $4.99 or something cheap, and I got 30 plus shipping for it. So that's awesome.
Under Armour is a really, really good brand to where I'm seeing majority of the stuff that I have to compare with Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Under Armour blows them out the water, even used, not just used.
Yeah, I buy both used and new.
Right.
That's the majority of what my stuff is.
I like used apparel. I think because the used apparel I'm coming across isn't so much of the new stuff out of retail where it's mass produced. It's more, I guess, selective, limited to what's out there. Mm-hmm. So that's been my thing here in Vegas. And there's so much stuff that in every community here, Northeast, Southwest, and everything in between, there I see that it makes a difference of which one you go to. If you're going Northwest, you know, there's more of for here in Vegas, there's more of the outdoor community. If I go east, which is the ghetto, it's connected, the Goodwill there is connected to the mall. And I don't tell people this here because it's like they would see the tags hanging out, but the mall donates a lot of stuff too. And it's a lot of older stuff, so they might think that it's not worth nothing, which I don't know why. Well, I guess maybe it's tax purposes why they donate it. But every Goodwill you go to or thrift store, the community kind of tells you what they're going to have in there more than anything. Limited shipping options and ability state offers coming from. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. They should like for example, like notifications for sure, limited shipping options. I can definitely agree. So say like, you know, I'm shipping something to somebody in state, you know, like it'd be cheaper for me to maybe print a label than to go with their $9.99 shipping. And even if it was just to put more money in my pocket, that's cool. Or there could be something where I'm able to like refund the customer the difference because they don't charge you, shipping, you don't pay any fees on your shipping with Mercari. So like, unless it's like built in free shipping, then it does. But, yeah, there's no medium LL, so that is good complaints, Lauren.
Yeah, I agree with you on all of those. Here's another good one that Steven says is I don't like how they can see my sold listings when I have more than one when I list it again. Yeah, because especially if you take a best offer on one, it'll literally tell them like what you sold it for. So like, for example, if you were to go back and look at like all the Supergirl action figures I sold, you'd see them anywhere from like 15 all the way down to like $9. You know what I mean? So if people are making offers based upon that, you know what I mean, they're probably not going to be super, happy with the fact that some of them are paying more than others.
I would just say that one's condition is better than the other one.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
That's what I would say. But like the other one had minor box damage, and this one is exquisite.
Yeah,
straight from the factory.
Look up to Lobster and D Flippin Particles. Blue Rhino Liquidations. What up, Freddie? Good to see you, my man.
What up?
Freddie, are you still moving to the Berg, or is this whole like Corona thing kind of changed your plans?
Jamal,
Freddie.
So Sonny, I have to ask this because I seem like to be the Amazon spokesperson of the show, but would you ever consider selling on Amazon?
I wanna be on. I've been wanting to get on Amazon, and some of the stuff that I have in my garage and even here in my room, I could use on Amazon. When I made an account on Amazon FBA, I couldn't figure out how to send stuff out there. So with all the YouTube's videos that were out at the time, I'm not sure now because I gave up on it. It was too much of bragging more than teaching you. So I was like, I'm over this, like get to the point.
It's hard to show information inside the, like I wanted to do some stuff with Anthony because his account was brand new, fresh, had no items in it, nothing. Mm-hmm. Like do like a learning series. Mm-hmm. And this way the only thing I have to worry about would have been his name for his title for the store, but we can always like made it something and then changed it, after the video. So no one could have seen it. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do stuff like that, but we're kind of way past that stage right now.
I would do it if because I still try to look for videos on trying to help me out and do stuff. I've been in reselling for 3 years now, and there's still so much stuff to learn, and I'm at a point on eBay where I know what sells on eBay for myself and what I could get, what I come across.
Right.
But I want to open up to Amazon. I just see that I like the idea of having this box full of items. You send it once rather than an item per item.
Yeah.
Sent out and by weight. It makes a lot of sense. And one of the things with the whole virus going on, my first worry was for others, who aren't in a good situation where I'm at because of their areas. And there's some people out here that are hurting pretty bad, resellers and people who aren't resellers. And the first thing I thought about was Amazon. It's, oh crap. Like I hope they do all right, to where I've even bought items off of these people and not messaged them about it. I just ordered items and hopefully it helps. But I see that things are still selling on all platforms. It's not slowing down. It's actually picked up for some people.
Yeah, it's definitely picked up for me. I've had my best month.
Yeah.
I'm probably inching close. I'm at 10.5K since March 1st till now.
Nice.
I'm hoping
my best month on Amazon too. And I'm a lot newer than Nate too. I've only been doing Amazon since October, and this was by far my best month.
I mean,
so for you both being in Amazon and having some time in it, good enough time, what would you say for somebody if they wanted to start right now? Like, say for myself, what should I, have put together before I even ship out? What are some tips?
I mean, it depends. It depends on, like what stuff you have like now that you want to ship out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, either new or used. Like, how would do you sell used items on Amazon? Because originally I thought Amazon was for new items, but I see that there's actually used.
I don't sell anything used. Everything I send in is new, but you definitely can, sell like, vintage games, like say NES or Super Nintendo or whatever. but it basically has to be like complete inbox stuff. Like if you're going to send that, or if you were selling like a DVD player, you know, it has to have the remote. It has to have, you know, the cords, the manual.
Complete.
You know, so you would have to either print all that stuff or acquire the cords or the remote. So
you're very finicky about everything. Especially like you need to pack things correctly to even send to them. Like certain items need polybagged, they need to be labeled specific ways. So like you just kind of need to learn what Amazon likes and kind of just tailor it to that. Like for example, if you were looking up, say, this pack of football cards, you know, and then you found this pack of football cards, but it was bundled with a pack of, you know, basketball cards. You couldn't just send in the football cards. You'd have to actually go and find the basketball cards to put them together and make sure you have the exact bundle that they're showing. Mm-hmm. So there's just like little things like that you kind of need to know when you're getting into Amazon. But I would suggest, as somebody who's like newer to it, like I've been doing Amazon for like 6 months, maybe, like that. Just sign up for it and do it. You know what I mean? Like, the older your account is, the better as far as like gating and stuff like that. So even if you're not planning to really get deep into it, sign up for a free account and then just kind of have it. That way it's like aging. Mm-hmm. That way, if you do decide to get deep into it, you can use the, you know, age of your account to help you get ungated later on. But I mean, even right now, it wouldn't be a bad idea for a lot of people to just merch fulfill basic everyday items, because with basically the world and especially most of the country on lockdown, there's a lot of items that people can't get that you could very easily make a ton of money on.
Yeah, like if you're trying to start right now, like, and go with stuff that you might have with you right now, used books, home goods is going to be two of the categories. The other one would be grocery. You're going to do some grocery items. You just have to watch on the expiration dates. It has to be, I believe, 90 days from the day you shipped your shipment out, like where you're creating your shipment to send it out. I think once it gets to either 45 or 30 days, I really haven't had this happen, so that's the only reason I don't know this for sure. But I think it's when it hits 30 days left for expiration, they actually throw it out. So you just have to be very conscious of that type of stuff. Like, say you're going into like a bargain store that might have some candy from Easter or whatever, like, and you know, Easter's 6 months away or 9 months away, and it's going to expire like a month after Easter. You know, when it comes or whatever, you couldn't really sell that candy. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't do
when
well.
It expires, does Amazon automatically remove that item and alert you saying, "Hey, we've disposed of this"?
Yeah,
how's that work?
Yeah, they'll let you know. They'll send you an email and let you know. And also, I believe they put something in your there's like a little flag next to the top corner of where Amazon's logo is, the top left corner, and it'll be right there as well, I believe. But I mean, like, the most important thing is just getting some stuff sent in, start building a relationship with Amazon. It's like almost like dealing with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. In your case,
I could finesse
like you're dealing with your wife. You have to like earn the trust, do things correctly, and then, you know, you'll see some ungatings and stuff like what Uncle B's talking. He asked Anthony if he's have been ungated in any categories yet.
Yeah, I've only been ungated once, and it was on a shirt brand. I can't remember the brand. It wasn't like anything like big time, but essentially, like, I had a bunch of like brand new clothing that I got from Ross on their markdown day, and I just wanted to see if anything was Amazon eligible. So I was scanning through some of the tags, and I got ungated on. It was like a denim shirt. Can't quite remember what the brand was. It wasn't Levi's or anything like big like that, but I've always been told that if you ever see that you're gated, to click and see if it'll let you auto ungate, and that was the only time it's ever done that for me. So I did get auto ungated on that, but other than that, I'm not really ungated in anything else. But I will be as soon as like this is all over, because my PayPal loan is pretty much paid off right now. So I'm gonna take another one and just go deep into wholesale and stuff like that, and
yeah, like
get gated in a ton of stuff.
Wholesale would be something that if you really want to blow up Amazon quickly, it's something you want to get into, not to buy it and think you're going to really make money on that. More or less, you're having to go buy it to get ungated, and then now you can go, say, to the clearance store, or go to Walmart or whatever and go to the clearance aisle, and now you could sell those products, or even in the category. Because like I got ungated in a category, and I got like basically like the type of product. It was a Star Wars product. It was a certain brand that sells it, and the category as well. So I got three things and gated for just buying 10 of one item. So if you can do that, like whenever you're going to scan it, like when you're doing your research for wholesale and you see like it needs like 2 things to get ungated, then those are the ones you want to go after, because it's going to maximize your potential to open up more doors right away versus, well, if I buy this, it'll give me the brand and maybe like the type of item. But you know what I mean? Like if you can get a three on one shot, that is the most beautiful thing ever. Because like, for example, like I did a wholesale order, and me and Anthony went shopping at Target, and there was a bunch of stuff that he couldn't grab because I was engaged in it and he wasn't. So like I was able to send all that in, and really
killed it that day too.
Really do pretty well. And I mean, it was.
Have you sold through some of that stuff?
I sold a couple. I'm kind of holding firm on my price, but you know what I mean. Like the one I made huge money on.
Is it one of the ones that I bought for eBay?
No, the one I bought was $26.99, and I'd sold for $105.
Was it the big one?
No, this was the one I only found one of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I went for $105, so I made like $65 on it or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I bought a lot of the same variants that you did for eBay, and I haven't had no luck for them on eBay, so I'm probably going to try to get ungated in that brand.
Well, if you get ungated in that category, then you'll be automatically be able to sell that brand.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my thing. Like if I still have them here, come the minute I get ungated, I'm just going to send them in because I have the receipts and everything still.
So with receipts, I'm glad you said that, because I know previously, probably months ago, even a year ago now, with Amazon, people were saying you should have a receipt for the purchases you buy.
Yeah, you want to have some type of paper trail showing, like, okay, say you went to Walmart, you bought 10 of an item, you send it in, and you sold one, and the person that bought it says, "Oh, this isn't authentic," or "This is a fake counterfeit," or whatever. The only thing you do is you send in your receipt to Amazon, because they'll basically shut you down, or possibly could shut you down, or they'll give you a warning like, "Hey, you need to see some information here, or you're going to have a strike on your account," and like that. And so that you send in that receipt through the case forms or case logs or whatever, and then they're like, "Okay, well they're obviously lying to us, and sorry about that. And we'll carry on with your day," because you will see certain people do that to certain sellers. Like say there's certain people that know about certain people's stores, and they just come at them because of jealousy, drama, etc., and they do that on purpose. So
what about for items that you buy at thrift stores? Because that's pretty much just
you could just sell that as used.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much everything that I have on Amazon. I keep this little box on my desk, and I keep everything that, like the paper trail, you know what I mean? Like as far as what's on there, just in case somebody tries to like say something's counterfeit or anything. Like I keep all that stuff, and then I use it for taxes at the end of the year too. But yeah, it's important to. The thing killed my green screen.
Turning the elf over there.
It's a gecko. Somebody was asking me earlier if I was planning on moving out of Vegas. No, I actually love Vegas. A lot of people are saying that they don't want to be here to raise their kids because of certain areas, but every area has a bad area. I think that's more on, I'm not a parent, but I'm going to say that's more on parenting. But I love it here. There's so much options for myself, not only with my job. I'm waiting on a promotion. With all that's going on, it's going to be a huge, huge jump. And I don't have to work more hours. And I could continue to do the same thing. Not sure what shift I'm going to be on, but it's everything that I've taken into consideration. If I work graves, I get off at, say, 6. I just get to drive over to the Goodwill bins. They'll open up at 7, do my source through everything inside the bins, head home, maybe wash some stuff, take some photos, and the next day, like, I'm just processing what I can to maximize all the time that I have. I believe in do as much as you can while you can, because we're limited to like how fast we could move, and it slows down in time. So with that, I want to make some moves when everything clears up with the virus and things settle down. I do want to get into a clothing brand, but not so much of just like a basic streetwear. I want to start getting into custom one-offs. Like I want to grow as an artist because I'm not just a retailer. I say this often in live chats, whether it's my own or in others. We're all more than one thing. We're not just a parent. We're not just a reseller. That's not our only title. We have goals, and the best thing to do is do as much as we can. So I have a lot of things, but it's more of narrowing down which one's going to be the best to go for, even if it takes a little longer. But I just want things to just continue to run and pay for itself eventually.
For sure. That makes sense.
If you're a numbers guy, you would definitely love Amazon. But if not, I could see why people kind of stick with eBay, or they're just comfortable with it and don't want to.
If I didn't have Nate to like kind of help me through Amazon, honestly, I wouldn't have stuck with it. I see why people like it so much, just because of how quickly things sell and everything like that. But if I didn't like literally have somebody that was like patient and like kind of shown me the ropes, I would have quit too. I mean, just being fully transparent. But being that I've gotten to the point where I can kind of see the results now, it's like, well, yeah, this is definitely something that's pretty lucrative to do if you can, figure out the secret sauce to make it work.
Yeah, like, Sonny, if you ever need help getting just started making a shipment, or just need questions or anything, it's like I tell everyone else, if they ever need help, just message me, and we can either do like a private hangout, or you can just send me a DM. Like, you obviously have my Instagram, of course. I have no problem helping anybody. I will teach you how to fish, but I won't give you the fish.
Yeah,
that is my slogan. I will teach you how to fish, but I will not give you my fish. Because if I gave you the fish, then what are you really learning? You're just learning how to.
That you're very friendly and selfless.
If I teach you how to fish, now you can do whatever, do your own thing. Go grab stuff.
You might catch more fish than Nate.
You might have better opportunities in Las Vegas than I have in Pennsylvania. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it might not be the same type of things or whatever. I mean, there's tons of different stuff. But you know what I mean?
Like, wants your fish.
Ron wants to know if I can fish. I fished in my day.
No, he wants your fish.
He wants your fish. He says, Nate, can I have your fish?
No,
I think he's bullying you right now.
I'll give you a roll TP though if you need it, Ron. I got you.
Used or new?
It'll be brand new in the wrapper.
Repurposed toilet paper.
Pre-owned.
It's only brown on one side.
Refurbished.
Straight brand new right out the wrapper.
Nate, what are you gonna do with all that toilet paper?
Make a fort. TP my block.
His background, people would be pissed if you took a photo like that and shared it on social media.
Did a live with Ron, and he was like crying for like 15 minutes, like laughing.
I gotta screenshot Nate like this and just share it like in some local Pittsburgh groups. Like, look at this jag off. If you see him out on the street, stuff.
He's selling rolls for $100 a pop.
Yeah. He's got a toilet paper crown on and everything.
Frank said new old stock.
New old stock.
Refurbished TP. Yeah, but just like Dee said, with Amazon, just go through your house, scan stuff, and this way you could see like, hey, is this good? Like, because usually if you scan things in your house, it's what the masses are buying. And if the masses are buying, that's right where you want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Like with products, but you could see like what you can sell, what you can't sell. You know what I mean? It'll give you an idea of some different things, or just give you an idea what you can do. Because I've scored big on stuff that I had in my house. You know what I mean? And I'm not any different than anybody else. I'm a common shopper. I don't really shop the expensive things in life. So, but
Uncle B's asking, can I reach out to you for help on gating, how the wholesale process works, and what I need? Yeah, either one of us. I mean, Nate knows a little more about Amazon than I do, but I've learned a good bit too. So either one of us, more than happy to help.
Yeah, we could do a hangout, like if I'm off, or if you're up late like I am, like we can always do that, or DM back and forth. Just bear with me because I do work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week. Well, now it's gonna be 40 probably till things get better. But
yeah, Nate has to deal with this guy.
I have no problem helping anybody try something new, or maybe do something that is going to take their business to another level. So
yeah,
I just want to help the community, because the community is how I even started reselling. So if I didn't watch one YouTube video randomly when I was hurt out of work, I wouldn't even be here right now.
Morning, Kathy.
So it's just my way of giving back and showing my appreciation to everyone who made videos before me.
Yep. If it wasn't for the community, Nate would be doing this forever.
Right.
But he is the employee of the month, and he did make the new safety poster. So
I wish I was employee of the month. I got some free gear from work and
nice.
close parking spot, but I didn't do that.
Nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but that invite and that thing is to everyone, Sunny and everyone. You know what I mean? Don't I'm trying to shortchange anybody in the chat. It's for everybody.
Yeah,
Frank, I got you, man. We can even do something together with me, you and Uncle B, because I'm sure you guys are really tight and close. So it'd be really
yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah, it'd be really easy to put two lines at the same time. I'll teach you both how to fish.
They're like the Denver version of us, dude.
Right.
I like that. I appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
So what are some things that you're gonna try to do in your business moving forward? Not just Amazon, but different things moving forward. With your business that you want to do, like plans or dreams that you might have.
I've been working on, like I mentioned earlier, savings, and savings has been more of trying to figure out what to use the money for. Before I wanted to do so much things, and I think this is everybody who grew up kind of hard or don't want to work as hard. You have all these dreams, and I've been trying to narrow them down. And the best way to go about it for me, I've just been saving. And along with when I first started eBay, when we moved here to Vegas, our place got broken into. And at that time I had a clothing company. Everything got stolen, all my equipment. So when I got into reselling, it's been a way to fund back the items I lost, as in it getting stolen. But now I have more stuff, like pretty much everything that I need for a clothing company to screen print t-shirts and heat print t-shirts. And I've become pretty educated in what to do and not do, that it's helped me with graphic designs for people who need logos or whatever they need. I kind of get the gist of what they need it for, because a lot of graphic designers that I've come across when I was in Hawaii, they would kind of nickel and dime you. Oh, you need one logo or a graphic design. And they'll come back and say, hey, I need it changed. I need it bigger. I need it smaller. and it's really only seconds once you have a design. So I try to make it as big as I can online, and then with that you can make it as small as you can if you know what you're doing. But once you have it set to a certain size, if it's too small and you try to expand it, it pixelates just like anything else. So with t-shirt designs and the education that I've come across and going to school for digital media, I have an associate's degree in it, but my experience is more like a bachelor's, and that's a hard thing too when you're over experienced and you don't have backing on paperwork to do it. But with all this, I'm trying to get back into clothing. I do want to one day, and hopefully soon. I already have two people that I've reached out to, and they've reached out to me as well. They want to list for me, so that'll be
Nice.
give up some time to take photos. All I want is photos taken and measurements, and I'll train them how to do it because the stuff I get is t-shirts, jackets, pants. I
Yeah.
do very good in reselling pants, and that's gonna free up so much time to just plug in these drafts with photos. I think it's kind of 50-50. You're filling out the information on eBay or Mercari, and I think it takes a little less time taking photos and measurements, but it makes a huge difference when somebody else could help you out doing it. And
Yeah.
I want a clothing brand, but not just to say I have a clothing brand. I want to do something in the community. When I was out in the military for the 10.5 years that I was in there, they would always ask for volunteers to help out, people having a hard time or just donating items. And since I've been here in Vegas, 4 years now, I haven't done that, and I've been itching to get back into it. I want to do quite a bit of stuff, and some things just to showcase, especially the homeless. There's a, and I'll tell you the story. I don't know how much time we got, but when
As
it
much
comes
time as you
to
need, man.
when it comes to people out on the streets and homeless, not everybody's a druggie.
Yeah.
And one of my coworkers here, where I work in Vegas, he was kind of had the experience out on the streets, seeing these people all the time. So of course you get frustrated and you point fingers like, look at that druggie. And it kind of, the way I looked at this person, they're walking back and forth talking to themselves. And one thing that I learned through my personal experience with my younger brother, when my parents broke up, they were like, he was the baby. He was the go-to golden child, got all the love, all the attention. And when they broke up, he went into this stage of, I want to be by myself, and he self-neglected himself. So why he did that for too long, and I wasn't there during this time, I was in the military, he would walk and pace back and forth and talk to himself. He kind of had a weird smile on him, and you knew he wasn't talking to anybody. So I've learned that when I seen these people out on the streets, some of them are like my brother, who are neglected from society. So I believe people need communication. They need to be loved. And more importantly, they need to feel like they belong. So that's why some of them walk out the way they do and look crazy. So when I told him the story, he had a different perspective on people. And that's why I'm so touched by people in hardships, because I'm pretty sure much of us here didn't have an easy growing up, which is why we work as hard as what we do. So with my graphic designs and reselling, I want to eventually have a storefront that not only sells people's items as well as my own. I also want to use it to have a place for people to go to of all ages to learn how to draw and see what they could do. But I also want to take photos. I love photography. And with the homeless, that's the roughest, rawest visual you could see somebody do. And not all of them are sane enough to approach. But at the same time, for some of them, I want to know their story. I want to share it. And wherever it goes, I want to try to give it back to them. So for me, it's not just reselling. For me, it's more emotional. I love people, especially for anybody that's trying to do something for themselves. It's not easy especially in the social media today. It makes it so easy for people to say stuff about others and be negative. But I like to believe I'm part of the group of people that try to mask the positive over the negative. And that's pretty much my daily process every day. And this is just me naturally. I just want to be that person, whether I'm awarded for it or recognized for it or not. But it's more of a self pat on the back. So I got a lot of things to do, but it all comes around with everything that I'm doing now. It's just growing it to get to that level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the printing side of things. I mean, you're on Instagram, so that's one of the most important places probably to grow, like, and get sales outside of it without any of the, any of the other platforms to try and promote or put stuff up on. But also in your area, you know what I mean? You have a lot of stuff going on in Las Vegas where people want stuff made, and you know, it's all about pricing. You know what I mean? If you can have awesome pricing and deliver a great product to, you know, the people in your area, you could still get, you know, whatever, a lot of business. So I mean, basically it's how cheap can you get those shirts but not lose the quality of them, and how great your artwork and your design is to really blow that up. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
a lot of people are doing it. You know, the like the logos, the shirts and stuff, but everyone doesn't have the mindset that you might have. So, and the rest of it just buying power and buying it for a great price. You know what I mean? So if you see shirts for brand new shirts for $1 with tags, like it's a plain tee, buy them up and just have an inventory stacked up like that, where, you know, your cost is going to be very minimal. And this way you're able to give like the best price possible to whoever you're doing to do business with. You know what I mean?
As one thing I've implemented as well, and keep in mind when I'm out thrifting and sourcing, is even if it's a one-off item or in bulk, I'm looking at it automatically. If it's blank, is the quality good enough for me to want to share and not just find anything, you know, to throw a graphic design on? Like when somebody wears something, I want them to feel comfortable in it. My designs they're not negative. They're more of like, you could take things to church. Even though I'm not religious, I believe in what other people do, you know, for all the positive reasons. But I like to keep in mind that the things that I make, that people could wear them anywhere and not feel uncomfortable or make other people feel uncomfortable. So I like to stay on this kind of mindset like I do on social media. Either you're neutral or you're like a neutral positive. You're not negative. And sure, some comments could be twisted up. It's all based on how people feel and their emotions. So anybody could twist anything, but the majority of people, if you're a good person, they see right through you. They could tell if you're fake or not.
Right.
for sure.
Jameson Claus asked, can you do a show on Amazon 101? On some of the things that, you know, like I was saying earlier about like giving away my store name or whatever, I would have to do a pre-record on some things, but we could premiere it. We could do that, so this way I can blur some information that, you know, I could show. But for the most part, you know, some of it I could, you know, do on one of our live shows. Because like I said, I just have to be very...
That makes a lot of sense automatically, because you could get up to a point where you don't want to share, and you could just take a screenshot and block out the information you want,
right,
and talk like we are right now. I think that will probably be the best way if it's for the masses, for those who jump online and want to go through it.
Yeah, I could screenshot. Yeah, that could screenshot and then just blur it.
Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically do it on the show too. We just have to get more creative with it. Whether you record little clips that we'd play or take little pictures and maybe just bring on a couple people that are like specialize in Amazon.
I could do like almost like a, I don't want to say like a slideshow, but like the different windows that you go to going and putting an order through to Amazon. You know, my product information I could blur out, but then you would see like which products need polybagged or which ones don't, so that people get an idea like, how do I know that? You know, it will tell you once you get to this window what all needs done. If it shows you in the app what products need special attention like that or not. So once you get the mindset of that, like basically that, you know, when you're buying a product, like say it's something in a bottle that doesn't have a safety seal, you know, automatically that needs polybag. You know what I mean? So plush needs polybag, clothing needs polybag.
Yeah.
Stuff that's breakable, glass or, you know, other that's breakable or very fragile, it needs to be bubble wrapped. And then I usually bubble wrap and poly. So you know, that's all the stuff it will show in that whenever you're going and putting your order through, like it'll tell you like, okay, you can either do this or you can send it as is and we can do it and it's going to charge you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have to, next time I do an order, I'll take some screenshots of some stuff where it's like really private, where it's like, it has way too much information on the screen.
Yeah.
And I kind of like just cut it, put some makeup products, like fake products in there or whatever, so that, they would get an idea. Like I said, I have no problem helping. I just don't want to put my store on Front Street for the masses, and then my 1 or 2 super good replenishables get just saturated and burned. That's the one thing that sucks about Amazon, man. Like I would love just to do like just Amazon talk, or and then do eBay talk, and just, but it's you go from eBay where it's so open, where everyone's showing everything from the screen, from totals to, I mean, you name it. Then you go to Amazon side and it's like, I can't show you my hauls, I can't show you my store name, I can't show you this, I can't show you that, because there is some people out there that want to, because the velocity and the sales are so crazy good. You know what I mean? Like, people will do that just to see what you're selling, and they want to steal your success, because there's a lot of money to be made on Amazon. Tons and tons of money.
People are making a lot of money.
Yep. Could you imagine if you could share the products on Amazon? Like that would just be insane. Like, if you could actually go and pick up this item, this item, this item, and then they just wouldn't tank. That would be insane.
Yeah.
I would literally watch YouTube all day for Amazon Bellows if that was the case.
Like, just the videos I could have put out, like some of the stuff that we found, and the deals, and man, like, just doing the how-to side and everything else, I know that would blow up, but I just have to do it right.
Question from Thrift Beast, Nate. He wants to know if Lion Tamer is one of those products.
No, Lion Tamer is not. Lion Tamer shows me no love. I might not even use Lion Tamer anymore. Lion Tamer is cheap on Amazon, by the way. $8.35.
Are you saying that our show's no longer brought to you by Lion Tamer?
I mean, technically, it never was, because they never endorsed us. But
oh wait, they're not paying you?
No,
no royalties.
They must have only wanted me then.
I wish.
What's up, Paul? Good to see you, my man.
That'd be nice if it did. Yeah, them babies up there driving mama crazy. Same stuff, different day. They run around, or probably want to watch TV and play with toys. Yeah, but like I was telling people the other day about Amazon too, like, if you love working 40 hours a week, some people don't want to go full-time reselling. Some people are happy where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are happy to do the eBay side because they love digging for used goods, treasure. And this is what my selling point to Anthony was since day one. Like, you don't have to give up all that to do Amazon, because if you do FBA, you send it in, and then you just kind of check if what's something sold, or if something got returned, or it's very minimal for the upside. Like, man, like, for the upside of what I've gotten, like, because of my sales recently, and basically all the way through, as long as I don't neglect it, and the amount of work that I've done, it's so minimal compared to like some other platforms. I mean, just the listing side of Amazon is amazing. Like, you literally scan a barcode, you hit list, and then you put in your price, and then you're done. There's no photos, there's no description you have to write in, there's no. Now, if you're creating something from scratch, you do, but you rarely want to go ahead and do that for the most part.
My cat is on top of like my air duct right now. It's insane.
Cat's a ninja.
He really is.
He's always we were doing our working hangout yesterday, and he was in the background just like tossing stuff off the shelf like he was like Godzilla.
Yep. That's how he rolls. He goes where he wants and does what he wants.
I remember the first time I got to watch Sunny on a live. I was like at the end of the day at work, and I was like, I don't even know how you popped up. It must have been a suggestion on my like face or my YouTube or whatever. Like your suggestion on the top page, like front page, like suggestion, and I hopped in, and that's how I met you, Kevin, and I can't remember who else. There was somebody else, a dumpster diving dad.
Mm-hmm.
So glad I randomly did that, and Mr. Burns was not there, so I was able to do that and not get in trouble because I was in your chat for like an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah, with that live chat, first one with Kevin, I was actually had left a comment on a lot of Josh's something about something I don't remember now, but Scott from Dumpster Diver Dad, aka Triple D, he had left a reply. And from there, I was like, what's dumpster diving? Because still, you would think everybody knows about everything, and you don't. So it was the first time I heard about dumpster diving, and I was intrigued off the bat. So when I got into Scott's live chat, he was the one. Oh, it was about Amazon, actually. So I had left a comment in the live chat saying, "Hey, Scott," and he was just like, "Oh, hey," he recognized the name. It was pretty soon, so that's why he recognized it. But I had mentioned to him, like he said he was going to show me how to do or make videos about Amazon. And Scott has yet to do that, but regardless, Scott is an amazing person. And when Scott was going live, I think he was going to end, and Kevin had said, "Hey, who's next?" And he had pretty much said me in that comment. He was like, "I'll go on with you," and that's pretty much how Kevin and I met. And Kevin puts out a lot of information. His input on stuff is more than what I have. But when it comes down to reselling, you don't need too much of anything. It's more of really just having the time to source, take photos, be honest with your description, and making sure you're not preventing yourself from a kickback of a return or refund or some kind of, fault. But it's pretty basic, really selling. Reselling is just applying yourself.
Yeah, definitely. This would be me too, Uncle B. He says mine is more like dumpster falling in and getting stuck. Yeah, for sure. I'd be the same way. Me and Nate did a dumpster diving video a couple weeks ago. Actually, probably more than a couple weeks ago now, like maybe like a month ago. With all this social distancing stuff, my weeks are kind of blending. But yeah, we gave it a shot. Neither one of us got up in the dumpster because we didn't know if either one of us could get back out of the dumpster. But we'll probably try it again at some point. It was just kind of fun to do. We were kind of out and about and decided, heck, why not give it a go? We've both been watching a lot of Kathy's videos and stuff like that. So definitely it was worth a try.
Yeah, most of the dumpsters were either full of packing supplies or the occasional pile of doo-doo brown that we found. That's our luck. Like if we're gonna find anything, we found a steaming hot doo-doo brown in there. So
yeah, that's our luck. Like literally, we try dumpster diving for the first time, and we literally find doo-doo brown. It's just laying in the dumpster, looking at us like. Arr!
We're like, wait, is that doo-doo brown?
Nate's like, doo-doo brown? And doo-doo brown's looking back at him like, what? And Nate's like, what? Doo-doo brown said, what? What? Sorry, guys.
No more screenshots for Anthony.
Yeah.
If it was up to me and I could make money off of recording people, I would love to just follow people around because I'm more of like a candid person. I don't like staging, like what I want to do. It's more like this is what I'm doing, or what I'm capturing. And man, some of y'all would be great to just follow around and just record and have me edit the way I would want to, like storyline edits. That'd be hilarious.
If I was full time and YouTube really took off, I would love to have someone just follow me around to document my day's process. But I'd probably need to have 2 camera guys because I don't sleep 9 hours a day or whatever, like most people. So that I'm sure, someone would be filming me like this, and next thing I'd be like pass out. So like literally, I'm awake like 18 hours a day. So
yeah, for sure. You're there.
But you did say sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the weak. Sleep is for the weak. That's why I like to sleep a little bit. I'm a little weak. No, I'm just kidding. I just gotta, you know what I mean? Like I get in the groove and I'm starting to do stuff, or I'm researching, or I'm looking up Amazon stuff, or especially when my cash flow's up. Like I'm crazy sourcing everywhere online because everything's closed by the time I get off work. So, you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to maximize all I can with what I got. You know what I mean? So. If it's 10 o'clock at night and only Walmart's open, maybe I'll hit a Walmart coming home, and then I'll go home, and then I'm sourcing, all the online sites and stuff. So I seen Fishing and Picking was asking about the Mr. Burns update. Really wasn't much of an update because I only seen him for 5 minutes yesterday. So today should be the day of. So tomorrow's show will be probably a really good update.
You'll get to hear and see it all tomorrow, guys.
Unless I get lucky and he just forget I exist today, which I'll take that today.
Frank was saying, so essentially you want a Smithers and you want to become a Mr. Burns. Is that true, Nate?
Yes. Of my own business, yes. Well, no. Wait, let me take it back. No, I don't. Like the only thing that I would want would be like if my YouTube blew up and I was able to show everything I could, like my process from when I wake up to get up. I wouldn't mind, showing like basically 24-hour like stream of just like me or someone, going back and editing a video of like my day's events or whatever. I mean, I would be down for that.
So you're going to be like the new Truman Show?
I'd be like reselling reality show.
There you go.
Basically. Be like, instead of like, the Kardashians or whatever, you got the beard.
So if you had to take your life and basically take a reality show that's out right now, what would the Everyday I'm Reselling show be most like?
I don't know. I don't really watch too much TV, so I couldn't tell you. A lot of the reality stuff is like from what I remember, is like dating stuff, unless it's like the Kardashians, which they just kind of just sit at the house and talk randomness. But yeah, I have no idea, to be honest, because I really don't watch TV unless it's sports or like major like news updates. I really don't watch too much TV. That's why I need a TV right here. That's where I can watch stuff in the background, like as I'm watching YouTube, and I can look up and oh, that's going on. Okay.
You need to have the monitors like you have behind you, man.
Well, that's the plan. I got a dual monitor set up. Hopefully, I'll have either this week or next week that my buddy No Money G got. I'm gonna grab that off him. I'm gonna try to get that off him.
You can make it a triple monitor. I'll just show you the one I have over there at your house.
What?
There you go. You're welcome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean that's 2 monitors at minimum is what I need, especially for doing like the show and just the amount of YouTube I like watching as I'm off or whatever. So I like watching everybody.
I think like you need to go with the full setup behind you.
Well, that would takes definitely a larger investment that I don't have. So unless YouTube starts really gets monetized and really starts blowing up, like I have to do a video with Kathy or something.
Nate's gonna have to start a GoFundMe for TVs.
I'll have to go. I'll have to go over where Kathy's at and do a video. I'll be the camera guy for her.
She'll push you in the dumpster. That'd be hilarious.
It's all right. It's all about the U of tubes.
That's true. So let me ask you this, Sonny. Is there anything that you would like to share with everybody before we would end the show?
I think every day is a different experience. And with that and what's going on with everybody in the world, like you really have to see what your troubles are right now. And once you can, just focus on not being the same way the next time if anything happens, whether it be everybody or just yourself. Like there's take care of you and your family. You're doing the right thing. Don't just spend crazy. Save, invest in yourself, especially if it's not in you. Like if you don't draw or you don't have an actual hobby, you're just a reseller, but you want more out of it. Maybe it's not you need to invest in. Maybe it's somebody in your family who may need that help in their future. So I think investing is good, especially with this when it's within you and yours. So rather than just being, I want to do this, I want to do that, maybe it'll be better helping somebody else, so they don't struggle the way we do.
Yeah, for sure.
I try to tell people about, that the people I've worked with that are maybe going through a hard time, like keeping a job or just needing more money to do better for themselves because they're in financial crisis or whatever. And I've told people about reselling, and they're like, "Wait, you make money buying stuff from a store? Well, how do you make money?" And I'm like, "Oh man, like it's such a hard process to really explain." So I'm like, "Hey, just watch some of my videos. If you have questions, message me," and then I never hear from them again. So like I haven't even, like, today was the first time I put something on my personal side of my Facebook page, just to kind of let people. Maybe I did it before too. I don't know. I put it out there today again for like first or second time about like me doing what I do and my YouTube channel and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I was like staying away from it. I really don't know why, but I don't know. I just decided to do it, see what happens. But I usually don't get any feedback from it or any subs or anything like that. So people are probably like, this dude's trying to do something weird or something. Who knows? Who knows?
I see Kathy put up these flipping particles, and I think somebody else has something going on at 5 today.
Yeah, the Mustache is live with Jenny and Veronica.
That's right.
And then D's on at 12, and after that is Uncle B and Stroke of Luck.
Yep.
So there's an action U of Tubes Day for everyone. So make sure to go check them out. Give them some support.
Yep. Make sure you guys subscribe to Sonny too. Definitely appreciate that if you show him some love.
He is Beard approved. And Mr. Burns approved, I guess, too.
Beard and Burns approved.
The double B approval.
Yep. That's pretty high and lofty praise right there.
We need an award.
You got both of these guys on your side.
Lobster said that he's been doing the same, and now who's laughing? This is saving my butt. Yeah, I mean, luckily for me, my business, like my work, is still there, which I feel very gracious to, not have been dropped or whatever. But yeah, I could be helping somebody not have a horrible situation right now. I could help them maybe eat a little better or whatever, you know what I mean? But some people are really like thinking that no matter who someone posts something on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, that it's like someone trying to like get over on them or whatever. But in all reality, just like I told you guys earlier, like I don't mind teaching people how to do what I do or whatever. You know what I mean? I'd rather the reselling community grow and get bigger. And not only that, like we all do well, you know what I mean? I'd rather see all of us do well than me do $1.5 million on Amazon because I'm holding out stuff, you know what I mean? Like there's so much room in the reselling game. It's only going to get bigger. It's growing every day, especially right now. It's huge right now.
Yeah, this is proof right now with what's all that's going on. You would think everything would crash. Is not. It's doing the complete opposite. You know, it's really an eye opener for people to realize, like, hey, everything you said against reselling, and that when this happens, you know, if it gets worse, it's gonna get worse for everybody. It's not. You know, it's just media, and us ourselves are proof that things are working out simply by what we've been doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, before we end the show, please smash that thumbs up button. Yep. And as soon as the video closes, leave a comment because it helps us with the thing with YouTube, the
algorithm.
Yeah, I'm horrible with pronunciations, but algorithm. And it helps us get bigger. And yeah, we appreciate it. We want to get this out to the masses and the masses of the world.
Definitely.
Of the freaking world, Craig.
We top flight security of the world, Craig. I love Friday. Like that's like literally one of my favorite film franchises ever.
Yeah, I was happy they came out with the last one because I thought it was dead in the water, and then they came out with the Christmas version of the one.
Yeah.
So that was great.
I need to watch some Friday.
The funniest thing ever was me explaining to my parents I do reselling. They thought like, oh, I make a couple bucks, and then like I showed my mom like some numbers, and she's like, "You did that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you think this was a game? Like I'm playing tic-tac-toe? Like what do you think I'm doing over here?"
Yeah, that's awesome.
But my dad understood what it was. He like me and him could talk business. Like we'd go like to the holidays and stuff, and I'd ask him how his business was doing, and I'd tell him about mine, and you know, I'd show him some stuff like what I was selling or how much I was getting for it, and he's like, "Wow, that's crazy." So maybe I can swing him into the reselling game and get him out of the bakery supply business because the bakery industry is dying. So especially now, it's rough.
Yeah,
feel bad for him. He's worked so hard and been in business for so long, and it's just crumbling underneath his feet. So I need to get some money together so I can buy his warehouse. Yeah, if I had that warehouse, it would be on in crack-a-lacking. I'll just tell you that right now.
Dude,
from the auction stuff to just having, you know, like a not like a thrift shop, but like basically I would get like the pallets and everything else and just open up the doors and do like a resale rabbit basically for the most part.
Yeah.
And I know it would take off because the amount of people that go to the Goodwill next door to us, like there's cars and that parking lot's packed all the time.
Yeah.
So with very little marketing or just, you know, like advertising, you know what I mean? There's people just going to be just flying in there. So
that's a good response here. Everybody's talking about different things people say about them, you know, like you need to get a job or this or that, you know. Frank says, my response to people talk crap about reselling is I just made $200 while I was sleeping. How much do you make? Yeah, that's awesome. That's like one of the best feelings in the world when you wake up and you see your phone has like all kinds of notifications from like eBay or Mercari or Amazon or any of those things, and you wake up to like already having a good day. That's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, like there's a guy at work who thinks he's like big shot, like he's somebody because he's a lead on a shift, right? So yeah, like he always wants to stick his chest out and basically, oh, I make more money than you. I'm like, do you really? I'm like, let me see how much money I made while I was at work today. And I showed him my $1,100 day. I'm like, yeah, go sit down. I'm like, you didn't make more money than me today. I said, I make money and I make money. And then I also make some more money while you're making money.
That's right.
Yeah, I often have coworkers because eventually they add you on Facebook and then they see what you post on your page. So at least often every week now, people are, why are you even coming to work? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you make more on eBay and reselling than you do here at work. And I'm like, well, yeah, this is the time I probably wouldn't be doing anything at home anyways.
Yeah.
Like it only makes sense to keep working and not taking away from myself. So
Yeah, exactly, Tommy. He says my buddy trips out when I go fishing with my buddies and my phone's cha-chinging. They're like, "Damn, you're making money while fishing." Yeah, that's what makes reselling great. You can make money 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
yeah, and Anthony said earlier, some people, and I've heard this before towards me, like, how about you get a real job? Because when I first started eBay, I wasn't working.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Like, what do you consider a job? You're getting paid for putting in work. It's a job. You may not have a 401k with the eBay company or something, but if you get your IEN number, your business plans and everything else, that's a job. You could file taxes, everything else. You could do a lot with the proper legalities of documents, to take your items to even go to here in Vegas, they have First Fridays, and all these resellers go from artists to food vendors and everything in between, and it's the same paperwork. You have this paper to say you could sell this stuff, and you could take it anywhere you want. You don't have to just be at home. You don't limit yourself with what you just see. Like, expand and look at how else can I move there's other things that I have listed or have in my garage that I don't want to ship because of weight or how big they are. Some of those things really play a part on why you get it and why you don't when you're outsourcing.
Yeah, it's for sure. John says his favorite cha-ching is at 4 a.m. making money while I sleep. Yep. And if you're anything like me, you probably roll over and try to look to see what it was too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I am. If I hear cha-ching, I always want to look and see what it is, regardless of like the time or what I'm doing or whatnot.
The only time I didn't look was with Amazon FBA. I didn't look to see what it was because I had a good idea what it was. But with Amazon or Mercari,
yeah,
I'm just like frantically like grabbing my phone or just like.
I haven't heard a cha-ching on my phone in probably like 2.5 weeks. It's mostly been like a little chime, but more of like a message, but it's a sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing the cha-ching anymore lately.
Well, that sucks.
What, did you change your noise on your phone or?
Nope, I didn't change a thing. Some other people on Instagram and here on YouTube, not in this live chat, but they have mentioned it too, that their cha-ching has gone away. I don't know.
Huh. I haven't had one on eBay for a couple of days, so I can't remember what it sounds like. But
mine still works. I wish it would like work a little more often, but yeah, it still works.
I wish they got rid of the after like you make a cha-ching.
Yeah.
Because that kind of throws me off. Like, is that a canceled order, or is that going to be like, oops, I ordered this by accident, or did the double cha-ching was the best thing ever, because then you knew, okay, let me hear the first one, and you listen, and you're like, all right, let me hear that second one now, and then you hear the second one, it's like, okay, they paid, cool, and then I go look.
So me and Greg are both saying you have to uninstall the app and reinstall it sometimes to get it working again. So that should bring your cha-ching back.
Cha-ching come back. You can blame it all on me.
On eBay, do y'all still, and for y'all watching as well, do you still get excited about the cha-chings? Like,
yeah, I do.
For the price? I know when I first started, like, my cha-ching was just like, oh my God, this is the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, it kind of like dies down. And then I guess when it speeds back up and you start hearing it more often, I guess it's probably due because you're probably putting in more items than what you did in the beginning. But it wakes me up. I love it.
Yeah, I still get excited about it because every time it happens, I'm making money. So
That's like me with Amazon. Like, I don't hear any cha-chings or anything with FBA, but I'll go check my phone like at least once an hour to see like how things are going or whatever. Like yesterday was a rough day. I had like 2.25 or 250 or something like that in sales. Where today I'm at $83 already. So it's like, you know, I can kind of judge how my inventory is going because just by that, like if my inventory is slow, like my sales are slowing down, that means my inventory is probably just starting to run out. Which with this big thing going on with FBA, the stuff I can't send in once that stuff's sold out, like, you know, I'm basically SOL. But the stuff I was still able to send in has been going pretty well. So
for sure.
See, I'm starting to win the buy box a little more.
Nice.
I wish Amazon would open up the rest of this order I sent in the other day. They opened up one case. They didn't open up the other ones.
That meme cracks me up every time.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap the show up. Dee gets rolling here in about 15 minutes. If you want to go check her out, like we said, Jimmy and Frank go live at 1. If you guys want to drop a link to your show, feel free to put it in the chat so people can check you out and hit that bell to remind them. Definitely suggest you guys check them out. They're pretty awesome guys, and they're well deserving of more subs than they have, that's for sure. So definitely check out Stroke of Luck and Uncle B's Old School Flips. And Dee also, who gets ready to start here momentarily. Dee dropped her link to her show. Thanks, Dee.
Make sure to smash the thumbs up. And please, if you could, leave a comment at the end of the video. Could be something you want to see. Could be just, hey, good show or a bad show or whatever you want to say. Just leave it. We appreciate it. It will help us with the YouTube algorithm. So thanks a million.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah,
See you guys.
Peace.